Well, if you were among the millions and millions of television viewers who were literally glued to their sets on October 16th, you will never forget the drama of the final pitch of the World Series between New York Mets and the Baltimore Orioles. It led to one of the most hysterical love-ins in sports history. The amazing Mets. No other title fits them as well. And this evening for Game 2, we're in a state of triple delight to have as our guests three members of that sensational series-winning ball club. You'll meet Ken Boswell, Wayne Garrett, and Rod Gaspar right after Johnny Jacobs tells us about today's special gifts for all of our special guests.
And, Jim, we have some fine feathers for our delightful dating game girls. Fine, fashionable feathers from Country Set. These coordinated clothes to mix and match in the newest styles and fabrics. Are Country Set girls spoiled, everyone asks? And back comes the answer, you bet they are. For our dating game bachelors, we have this portable black and white television set from the famous Spiegel Catalog Company, the catalog which features over 50,000 quality items. Spiegel, Chicago, Illinois. For all our dating game guests, we have the third edition of the dating game for them to play at home. Now, let's see what Jim Lang has under wraps for Game 2.
Okay, Johnny, thank you very much. While we have two infielders and an outfielder from the New York Mets on our bachelor panel for Game 2, we know all three will be in there pitching to be chosen by our next young glamorous girl. Let's meet them. And here come the Mets. Okay, fellas, a New York Mets infielder, bachelor number 1, was a candidate for Rookie of the Year honors until an accident sidelined him for almost 2 months during the season. He broke into pro ball in 1965 with a 19-game hitting streak and reported to the Mets following the close of the 1967 season. Please welcome Ken Boswell. Another New York Mets infielder, bachelor number 2, was the only major league selection by the Mets in the 1968 draft. He stole 15 bases at Shreveport last season, didn't return a one, before reporting to Atlanta's Farm Club in Arizona. Here is Wayne Garrett. And drafted by the Mets in June of 1966, bachelor number 3 formally led the Texas League in hits to win all-star recognition there. He then reported for winter ball in Mexico, batting over 300 from Long Beach, California. May we welcome Rod Gaspar. And it's bases loaded in the Bachelor Ballpark for game number 2. Of course, to prevent our young lady from hearing anything about the three gentlemen you just met, we've been keeping her isolated off stage in a soundproof room. Let's bring her on stage right now. She is a young lady who delights in discovering new things, meeting new people. She likes to be an actress or teach drama. She likes candles, beaches, and just plain fun. And we know you'll enjoy meeting Lynette Martin. Hello, Lynette. How are you? Good. Lynette, we have three gentlemen. That's all I can tell you. They are indeed gentlemen. You must select, of course, the one that you prefer on the basis of how they sound, okay? Okay, we'll start by having them say hello. Bachelor number 1, would you say good evening to Lynette, please?
Hi, Lynette.
Okay, number 2?
Good evening, Lynette.
And number 3?
Hello, Lynette.
Okay, Lynette, you have your questions prepared? Then have a seat and sock it to them, and good luck.
Bachelor number 3, what do you train your muscles to do in case of emergency? Bachelor number 3?
What do I train my muscles to do in case of emergency?
Yes.
Run.
Okay. Bachelor number 2, same question.
Well, I tell you, I'm not the best fighter in the world, and that's what I usually have to do, too. Usually get my legs right in gear and just go.
Okay. Thank you. Bachelor number 1, think back and tell me why you were considered the perfect baby.
Think back?
Yes.
Well, I'm not that old to think. I don't have to think back too far, I don't think. Perfect baby, I don't know. I didn't cry too much, and I did like affection, though.
Okay. Number 3, same question.
Think back.
And tell me why you were considered the perfect baby.
Why was I considered the perfect baby? Well, when I was a baby, I'm a little different than I am right now in the fact that I had a baby picture taken when I was 6 months old, and I was kind of round like a baseball and just a little pudgy, and people kind of loved me, like to snuggle up to me. I was kind of cute.
Okay, thank you. Bachelor number 2, what did you turn the lights out for?
Well, to set the mood.
Oh.
You gotta have a good time, and to have a good time, I don't think the lights are necessary. I think they ought to be turned down.
Okay, Bachelor number 1, what did you turn the lights out for?
Well, I turned them all out except the blue one in the corner. I think a little light's necessary. I think it's a little blue light reflecting on you. I think it looks really good. Put the stereo on after that, if you noticed. And
Okay.
I got to agree with Bachelor number 2. It did set the mood. It worked.
Okay, good enough. Number 3, if our date were a musical comedy, let's hear the song you'd sing after I kissed you the first time.
You gotta have heart.
Okay, Bachelor number 2, can you sing me one, too?
Yeah, you know, baby, you really turned me on.
Okay, Bachelor number 1, if girls really had the nerve, what would they be saying about you?
If they really had the nerve, what would they be saying about me?
Right.
Gee, I know what I'd like one to be saying, but I don't know if that's exactly what they would be saying. I'd be hoping they would be saying that, gee, look at that big, muscular, handsome guy, but I don't really describe myself that way.
Okay, Bachelor number 3, what would they be saying about you?
I lost the question again. I'm sorry. What
If girls really had...
That's okay, number 3. The game is over, and Lynette, now you're going to have to decide. It's tough.